President Obama's leaked immigration proposal reinforcing concerns the president isn't interested in tying border security to any legalization of illegal immigrants. Joining us now to discuss this leak, the impact on immigration reform, Manhattan Institute fellow and City Journal contributing editor Heather McDonald, Fox News digital politics editor Chris Stirewalt, joining us from the nation's capital. Chris, is the nation's capital all abuzz with the utterly outrageous claim that the White House originated this leak?
Oh, well, Brother Dobbs, you know very well that leaks do not happen by accident in Washington. And as you astutely pointed out, Mr. McDonough's testimony on the Sunday shows made it very clear that this leak was something that they wanted. They'd like to goad Congress into giving the president what he wants on illegal immigration, which is rapid amnesty, unconditional, and a rapid pathway to citizenship. Those things are true, and if it doesn't work out and the president doesn't get a bill that he wants, he'll be perfectly content to attack Republicans with the issue, calling them xenophobic and racist in the run-up to the midterm elections.
Well, all of that we've heard before, Heather McDonald. Is that likely to be effective as either a cudgel, as Senator McCain suggested, or any kind of threat?
Well, Lou, I'm afraid I don't get any of this. I think it's all Kabuki Theater. In fact, there is not significant difference between President Obama's proposal and the bipartisan proposal. The basic fact of both of them is an amnesty, and I would be willing to bet that under the Gang of Eight proposal, we have a quicker path to legalization than the 8 years proposed in the Obama package.
Really?
Absolutely. I don't believe that we will go, given the current pressure against enforcement, that we will go 8 years without converting probationary status into a green card. And frankly, the real goal of this is the probationary status. Once you get an illegal alien probationary status, he's basically legal. And both plans do that from day one.
Do you agree with that, Chris? Do you believe this is just, as Heather has put it, Kabuki theater, political theater, if you will, contrived and directed toward one result, that is a swift implementation of what is a fait accompli, that is exactly what the president wants?
Well, we do Kabuki Theater down here better than any place else in the world. Apologies to our Japanese cousins, but the truth is the Republicans, the conservatives are fighting right now over this question. And Heather, whose work I have long admired and who is very smart, and I'm very honored to be on with her. The truth is this. For conservatives, the question is, what is the condition? Because they know that the game is up once you have the initial amnesty, whatever you call it. The question that conservatives are wrestling is, what do they get in return for the original amnesty? Full implementation of E-Verify, border security. What are the things that they get in exchange for that? And this is the long dance that is being played out among conservatives and Republicans, especially House Republicans, and between this Gang of Eight and House Republicans right now. What the president's emission over the weekend did was set the goalpost further back, make it harder in terms of this. Because remember, and don't forget this, and I only do cynical politics because I live in Kabuki land. The truth is this, that Republicans know that they desperately need to get past this issue and quit talking about it. So any deal that they could do that would get them out of this jail, they'd be happy to have.
They will do it. This allows the Gang of Eight and Marco Rubio to position themselves as immigration hawks. And it's a good cop, bad cop routine. And so now the alternative, if you want enforcement, is the Gang of Eight amnesty proposal. I would say what they really should be bargaining for, which they've already given up, so this is all irrelevant, is to move the legal immigration system towards priority for skilled immigrants, away from family reunification. That was in Senator Rubio's original plan, and that's now gone. So at this point, nothing really matters.
Rubio, who looked like a leader on this right now, looks as though he is going to be, that he's been marginalized to a large degree, Chris, Heather, and while he will emerge from whatever happens here, I think stronger as a leader of the Republican Party, it's pretty clear right now that the Republicans are not going to be able to say to the Hispanic American potential voters that, you've got to come with us. We want better than 30% participation in your franchise. where do you think we go here, Chris?
Well, Republicans have a huge problem with Mexican-American voters. There's no question about that. That is a major blight on their party in the future demographics. But here's the deal. Yes, when it comes to smart people who do real policy on these issues, there is a lot to be said about the question of these guest worker visas and the question about skilled workers versus not skilled. Yeah. The name of the game for Republicans is, what do you do about the people who are already here? How do you address those folks? And for the Republicans, what they're hoping for, they're not allowed to say it out loud anymore because of Mitt Romney, but what they're hoping for is self-deportation. That once E-Verify and systems like that get into place, that people who are not saleable, serviceable workers eventually leave the country. It's a tough call for the party. They're at a real crossroads right now.
Is Chris being a little, he says he's cynical. He sounded to me like he was gloriously optimistic, if that's his view.
I think he's inside the Beltway. I think this is a
not
fake
fair,
controversy.
unkind.
I guarantee you, Lou, and Chris, we can come back and debate this. In a month, this is all going to have blown over, and we will be back to the Gang of Eight proposal. It is as much as anybody can have them for, and I promise you we will see legalization, full legalization, before 8 years. And
before 8 years, and I, by the way, will not make that bet with you, and I'll leave it up to you, Chris, of course, to how you invest your money.
Depends on what the bet is, yes.
But the idea here that this is somehow resolved and that there will not be, quote unquote, chain migration, that is an emphasis on bringing families to this country. 11 million, there is no number being issued here. And I've always said that that's one of the deeply troubling things here. Give us a number. If there are 11 million illegal immigrants in the country, then please just say that you will give out 11 million opportunities, whether they be in the form of a visa, whatever form that might take. I suspect that the number is going to be well north of that, don't you? It will be well north of that thanks to chain migration. Even if there's only 11 million illegal aliens here, they will then become qualified to bring in their spouse, and in turn a broader range after that. So, and
Chris Stirewalt, there you are, and you thought that Heather and I were not being sufficiently cynical.
It's okay. It's all right. The gang of two has defeated me. I accept my lot in all of this. That is fine.
No, we come together. We offer one another counsel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.